Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. I'm from Alpha Investments. Today, we talk about cardboard and cardboard accessories. So, how's everybody doing today? My name is Rudy. One Florida man's journey of approaching 11 years on YouTube. So what's going on? I know everybody's been asking. So let's go through some Q&A. Some interesting things. Apparently this channel is actually going to break 400,000 subscribers. Apparently the subscriber count has been growing. And I've not been aware of that because I just haven't checked in like 2 years. Alright, so let's go through a couple things. Number one, Rudy, is it true? I heard you sold a bunch of your old Sword and Shield. Yes. Last week, I ran a patron sale. And since everybody's been asking, I decided to give it a shot. I ran a whale kit high-end thing of selling some old Sword and Shield Pokemon boxes. And I made some variety kits, including Chilling Reign. Yes, including Evolving Skies, Lost Origins, Fusion Strikes. I wanted to make like the legends of Sword and Shield, like the high roller, like the blue chip, the best of the best. And yes, that was very successful. I did sell almost $1 million worth of it. And yes, the rumors on the internet that Rudy did sell some of his Sword and Shield era Pokemon boxes are true. That is not a false statement. That is not fake news. That is accurate. I think it ended up selling about 15% of my position. Not that that really means a whole lot to anybody, but in case people are chatting about it, yes, I decided to sell a little bit, offer it to patrons, and, well, it did quite well, and a lot of people are very happy. And yes, unless you've been living under a rock, Lost Origins is headed to over 1,000 a box. Evolving Skies will be over 3,000 a box. Chilling Reign, I'm surprised. Not 1,000 yet? Nope, still 400 or 500? Underpriced. And of course, the Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, and these guys that are like the 400 or 500 range are still significantly underpriced. And you will see in the coming months, if not, I don't even think we make it to 2026, the market will self-correct as these products continue to get older and more desirable, and the market continues to push single prices, and people continue to FOMO because so many people are just late to the party and thought it was all a pump and dump scam, and a lot of people are realizing that prices are not going to get any cheaper. So, that's the first thing. Yes, that is true. Number two, World of Magic. Yes, I'm hearing that Wizards is starting spoiler season for Avatar when Spider-Man's not even out and Edge of Eternity just came out. I don't understand why that company can have some of the most amazing products and sometimes it's just some of the dumbest choices in marketing. I swear Magic and Hasbro, like they can come up with amazing, gorgeous cards, and other times I swear those people do some of the dumbest shit you've ever seen in your life. That is just how that company operates. Why on earth they're doing anything with Avatar right now when Edge of Eternities is just now releasing and Spider-Man, the next set, is like 2 months away? Why someone's saying, you know what, let's not push that. Let's jump over here. Like, who makes these decisions? Like, how are people at that corporate level? Like, how are they even getting paid? Who's paying these idiots? So yeah, I'm aware of that. I am aware Spider-Man collector boxes pushing 1,000. I'm aware the play boxes are over 200, and I'm aware that that is the situation we're in. It is what it is, everybody. Other thing I'm aware of with Magic the Gathering, if you guys haven't noticed, I also was able to get more Edge of Eternity Commander decks, and as everybody knows in the United States, the next wave, if not, I don't think it's the final wave, but another wave of Final Fantasy Commander decks, back there, can you guys see that by the ladder? Did come in. Not very many, though, but there's one pallet. What's been very interesting is suddenly, for the first time in a long time, I've seen this shift of everybody being really negative on Magic Commander products. Like, everyone's saying, okay, Commander decks and long-term Commander products are no longer safe. They're going to get annihilated, printed to oblivion. Like, suddenly, out of nowhere, like, the attitude towards Commander decks from, I don't know, Ixalan, Eldraine, you know, the brand new Edge, Outlaws, Dustmore, like suddenly everyone's like super negative on Commander decks. I'm not really sure what caused this sudden bizarre shift of attitude in Commander decks, but it's a thing. I don't really know why. I'm going to give you guys a pro tip from someone who spent their entire life doing Magic and cardboard. Yes, when they reprint Final Fantasy Commander decks, or release them, or whatever they were printed or not, or they just held back, who cares? When the more product comes to market, yes, you will see a short-term dip as every store in the country fights to undercut each other and try to sell as if the world's ending. That's just how the card world works. It's been like this since the dawn of time. Yes, Edge of Eternity commanders, Final Fantasy commanders, Eldraine commanders, Outlaw commanders, Duskmourn commanders, found all these things. These commander decks are going to age just fine. I do not know why. Suddenly, the market is like all negative on commander decks. It's super weird. Which brings me to the next thing. So, before we go to Flesh and Blood and Weiss, as you all see, our beautiful young ladies have arrived. The final wave, reprint, restock, nobody really knows. But the final batch of product has arrived. That's all I can really tell you. There is no more coming. I cannot get more than this, which you see off the side. And there's been some weird things with the old Nikki Girls. There's been some disputes, and Bushy Road versus the licensing with the company who makes these young ladies. There's been things saying that they can't ship, and then they're trying to recall some of the cases. I don't understand what's going on, but forewarning, yes, this Wednesday, which you should be watching this video on a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday I'll be running my final sale on the Nikki Girls over here. And if you want my personal advice, I don't know what's going on with this final supply of it and why some is being held back. But I can tell you, the price per box is like $5-10 cheaper than it was at release, because now everybody's trying to unload their last little bit. This is the time to get stuff like this. These boxes are not going to zero. This whole concept that the voluptuous Nikki Girls are suddenly garbage and these things are going to tank to zero. I don't know. Again, commander decks, nothing's changed, but the market is turning on some of these products. I'm not sure if it's social media, just clickbait garbage, or just people are stupid, or just, well, that's just how human beings work. We want to complain, and we want to be negative on as many things as possible. Which brings me to something positive. The next 60 seconds, I'm going to tell you all something going on. So, this is me telling you an update with Premier Card Grading. As you guys know, the card grading business that I help run the United States operations of over here and have ownership in. So, we are looking at doing expansion, and we have some other outside people involved, and we are looking to do some expansion, and there's some announcements coming in 30-60 days, including some other locations with PCG to expand in the US further, and including some drop-off locations for people that are nervous about mail, and we're finally also, with the blitz of express orders and everything, we're caught up and we're doing very well now, and I thought it'd be a good time to let you guys know we're going to try our once a year sale again. We did this similar sale a year ago with PCG. And I will actually put a link, I'll put it in the comment below with a code so you guys know. So essentially, I will read it to you guys. A year ago with PCG, when we first started up pretty good, we did a special where, well, essentially, you send in a batch of cards and you use a coupon code when you place your order, and we give you sealed product back with your cards. So not only do we slab your cards, but you also get sealed product back. So for example, let me give you guys an example. So if you use coupon code Pokemon69, Magic 69, Weiss 69, Sorcery 69, Flesh and Blood 69, you can pretty much choose what you want. But essentially, all you got to do is go to premiercardgrading.com, make an order for 30 cards, try it out. Well, a lot of you guys already have. You've tested a few cards, but if you make a 30 card order and you use the coupon code Pokemon69, as you'll see in the comment below, I'll pin it to the comment, you get a free box of Scarlet Violet Paradox Rift SV04. I was going to do SV01, but we did that last time a year ago, so I didn't want to do the same thing more than once. So, you send in 30 cards with PCG. Not only do you get your cards slabbed with laser engraved labels, subgrades, and the thickest, strongest slabs in the market, but, well, you get pretty fast turnaround time on standard grading. I'll give you guys a pro tip. On the website, I have it left where like the turnaround time's like 6 to 8 weeks. But anyone who's actually graded with PCG knows, yeah, we over promise on the turnaround time, and we deliver really fast. I'm not gonna. You'd have to try it. So, anyways, Pokemon 69. You try a 30 card order. Add Pokemon 69 as your coupon code. Not only are you going to get your cards slab, subgrades, and all done up, but you're also going to get a free sealed box of Scarlet Violet SV04. Same thing, Magic 69. You ready? You guys ready? Grade 30 cards of anything you want. Add the code MAGIC69, and I'm going to give you a $230 free box of Final Fantasy Play back with your PCG cards. So let me say that one more time. Again, grade 30 cards with PCG. You're going to get literally a couple week turnaround time, even with standard, because we lie on how long the turnaround time is. It's way faster. You can choose which code you want, and you get free sealed. So again, Magic 69 gets you a free sealed box of Final Fantasy Play with your 30 cards. Just laying it out there. Same thing. Weiss said that any 30 cards you want, Pokemon, Magic, Weiss, whatever, use Weiss 69. One word. Guess what? You gotta look. Your order will come back with 30 beautiful graded Weiss cards, and you get 4 boxes of the Nikki Girl for free. 4 boxes of Nikke for. Same thing. Sorcery. I know we have Gothic coming up. We have pretty much videos and some updates on the Dragon Lord set. We got some updates coming up here in a minute. But same thing. Grade 30 cards. If you want free Sorcery, put Sorcery 69. Get yourself 3 free boxes of Arthurian Legends. Not only do you get your cards slab, you get the laser engraved, you get the subgrades, everything, you get sealed product. Last but not least, I know if I don't say it, you guys are going to blow me the fuck up. Fab 69. F-A-B 69. One word. You ready? 2 sealed boxes of High Seas. Grade 30 cards. Anything you want. Try out the standard slab for all you Flesh and Blood fans. Thin slabs, player slabs. Choose anything you want. Price is the same. 30 cards. Anything you want. And you know what? I know you can't get any more High Seas. I've got literally a stack of some loose boxes, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm ever going to get around doing box opening videos at this point because I'm so behind, but I said, you know what? Let's just let people who grade their cards get free sealed product. I know people who are having a hard time getting... You can't get Final Fantasy Play. You can't get new High Seas. You can't get old Pokemon SV04. It's out of print pretty much. They're not making any more of it. Nikke, that's the last of the last. There's no more coming. I can't order anymore. I can't get anything. This is it. And again, Arthurian Legends, what's out there? Distribution's finally drying up as we go into Gothic. Sorcery's doing really well. You've got the Dragon Lord hype going into Gothic. So again, folks, I'll pin it to the comment below, and then I'll go back to this video. But if you haven't tried it, if you send in 30 cards using just the standard grading, $19.95 a card, and yeah, add any of these codes, and that will pretty much give you free sealed products back with your cards. So that's the end of that. Remember, folks, this channel is sponsored by me, you guys watching the channel, and that's really it. I don't have outside sponsorships. I don't take outside sponsorships. So I want you guys to try it out. So back to the video. So before people start doing chattering and things, to summarize, number 1, yes, I decided to take some off the table for Pokemon Sword and Shield era. So again, I liquidated about 15% of the position, and well, I feel there's still plenty of upward movement on Sword and Shield. Therefore, I cut the sale off pretty quick, and I let some patrons buy some because you and I both know that over the next couple of years, Sword and Shield era sealed product is going a lot higher. Everybody knows it. The only reason that would stop is if we get a straight, full-blown macroeconomic crash or a straight-up Pokemon crash. And let me hold my breath. Yeah, seriously. So, back to the Magic situation. There are updates coming out now about the play boxes and everything like that. It doesn't look good, folks. I am being told, the internet, I got 2 distributors giving me official confirmation now. And you guys aren't going to like it. You're not going to like this. The rumors about no more Final Fantasy play boxes till November, December, or cases or anything, turns out it's true. I was hoping it wouldn't be true, but it turns out it's true. And I'm going to say it very clearly. Like on my promotion, I've got a couple loose boxes of Final Fantasy Play, and I'm going to give those to people who want to grade their cards. But sealed cases of Final Fantasy and everything, I don't have it. And I'm going to warn you guys right now. Do not go on the open market and pay $150 or above for these Tarkirs, for Bloomburrows, for Foundations, for Final Fantasy Play. Do not pay $240 plus tax for a play box. That is way too high. They are going to get it under control. We have 2 possible outcomes for Magic in these play boxes. Possible outcome number 1, they fix it, The prices recalibrate, and that's it. We all move on with our life in 2026. Option number 2, they never fix it. It all goes to Amazon, and substantial market damage happens because nobody can sell magic. And, well, that could trigger a bear market, and prices will kind of retrace back from pretty much market conditionings worsening over pretty much the public pushback, lack of playability, and 3,000 LGSs that can't even host any magic play. So, either one of these outcomes do not look good. Okay, if you want to buy play boxes, if you're a patron, and you want to buy Outlaws or Dustmourn or Aether Drift, I don't even, what am I missing? Jumpstart? I think Jumpstart's still, I think it's still Foundation's Jumpstart. Karlov Manor, if you want to buy these sets, and you want to pay the $100 or the 118 or whatever set you're picking on the monthly list, you can take a look at it when you're a patron. If you want to buy at those prices, the downside risk is essentially near zero. I can't legally say zero, but it's very, very low. That's why I call it the probability of losing money buying play boxes of Aether at 99 or $100, or buying Duskmourn or Thunder Junction for 118, including me paying your PayPal fees and shipping it to your door. Your downside risk is so low, I don't even care about it. If you can't recognize the opportunity in that price point, you have no business in watching this channel because you're clearly highly uneducated, or you're emotionally driven, or simply put, you're just a dumbass Timmy, and I don't even, just thumbs down my videos and just go away. Like, what are you doing here? Like, do you know what the name of this channel is? Alpha Investments. And Rudy, is it true you try to make money and bamboozle? Yeah, so there is a secret thing I try to tell everybody once or twice a year. And with all the work I do and all the hours we put in the family, I know this rubs you guys the wrong way, but not all products like play boxes are sold at a loss. So when collector boxes or Final Fantasy happen, like for example, when I sold Final Fantasy collector boxes for $739, at the time they were around $800. So I only took off a little bit from market price, and of course people told me to, all kinds of horrible things. So yes, there are times in some products that I sell, I do try to make money. It is a requirement of doing all the labor, work, overhead, utilities, security, taxes, and everything. I know that makes you guys unhappy, and I'm sorry about that. I can contact my ex to give you guys mouth hugs or something, but overall, that's the real world, folks. Sorry. So, back to the, I guess I want to contact a little bit on the Weiss situation. It was interesting because I get patron messages asking, Rudy, do you think Weiss has a lot more risk with all these new card games? The HoloLive having their own card game, the Union Arenas, the Gundam and everything, all these new things happening. And my personal opinion is no. I do not think Weiss is going anywhere. Weiss has been around now for, God, I think it's approaching 15 years. Weiss has been around. Weiss is not going anywhere, folks. And if anything, what we've learned with Weiss when it comes to the Nikki Girls, and it comes to like Azure Lane, what's that set? Furin that people are going crazy for? What, the first edition that's out of print and been gone? And then, of course, you have all kinds of the reincarnated slimes, the Nazareks, and obviously the Sikanos, the 7 Deadly Sins, the picking up chicks in the dungeons, and of course the Persona series. You have, the Chainsaw Man. There's so many IPs that Weiss has that people adore. I get messages from you guys all the time. I get messages weekly on Patreon of people asking me for an older Weiss set. Rudy, I wasn't a patron 2 years ago. Can I buy a case of this Weiss? I don't want to buy loose boxes on TCG Player because they're probably mapped, and I don't want to get hosed because there's no chance of getting a case hit. You guys don't understand the demand and volume for some of this stuff because you don't see it personally, or you can't see it clearly online. So it gives you a false sense of something's going on. Which brings me to Flesh and Blood. Obviously, Flesh and Blood continues to have player base growth and expansion. And the new sets continue to be very stable. Single cards with Flesh and Blood continue to be very, very good. And unfortunately, I feel bad. I haven't even been able to do box openings, and I've been wanting to do some of these new Flesh and Blood openings with even the Guardian Mastery and High Seas. I've been wanting to open these things. Everybody's been raving about it. I've never even been able to open one yet. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks to be able to get a sign-up sheet for patrons so we can go back doing some box openings on this channel. I haven't done it in months, and I miss it, man. I think I've done like one box opening in 3 months, and that was the Avacyn Restored box, which everybody loved. It was a ton of fun, I still never even got to open a Final Fantasy box. One of my favorite things, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 as a teenager. I love this stuff, man. But anyways, I just want to comment with you guys, like I said, the Flesh and Blood stuff, we're about 30, 45 days away till my puzzle piece playmat artwork is done at the printer and shipped to me, which is taking longer than I thought because I really wanted to show you guys the exchange rates and the crafting system for my Gem Keeper Season 2 and everything. It's super cool. I can't wait to show you guys. It's still at the printer, so unfortunately it's not ready yet, so bear with me, everybody. Yes, I am aware of the new Super Slam Flesh and Blood set coming. I need to do some more topics on Flesh and Blood. I've been lacking quite a bit. And the Super Slam set, I'm sorry to announce preliminary with you guys, even my allocation for the new Super Slam set is 20% lower than my allocation was for High Seas, which is probably going to be an issue because, as you all know, High Seas and the patrons and the promo cards sold out within, I guess, an hour or so or something. It's I don't have any, and I got a couple loose boxes for my PCG sale, just like Final Fantasy Play, a couple loose boxes, but just a heads up, it's going to be messy, and Super Slam is going to be difficult. If my allocation is being reduced like that, I can tell you all the stores and everything, it's going to be very tight supply again. And of course, as with the most recent Flesh and Blood sets, I expect prices to stay elevated. I expect them to be stable. And if you have Flesh and Blood and you're looking to flip or make money or sell, again, open the boxes, sell the single cards. That is where the money is in Flesh and Blood. It's unbelievable. If you have cases of High Seas, open High Seas, sell the single cards, man. That is where the money is. And if you get lucky and hit some big stuff, I mean, the margins on selling singles in Flesh and Blood are substantially better than doing like Pokemon or Magic on most sets. It's unbelievable, everybody. So that's where we're at with everything. On a holistically larger general thing, I hope you guys try the PCG, the once a year promotion that we always do. I think the last one was November last year we did that. When I gave away sealed product from the Rudy warehouse for you guys trying it out. It was super successful, so, you know, be nice. But overall, a couple small side things I want to really bring up. 20% of the Pokemon I sold of my Sword and Shield was paid for using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC stablecoin. Inflation data seems to be, according to the government, under control, which, yeah, okay. I do expect the government and the Fed to cut interest rates for the United States 1 or 2 times before the end of the year. And we're in August, which means in the next 4 months. I'm going to be very clear with you all on this. If the government and the Fed do cut rates and the economy continues to flare up for wealthy and business owners and not for everybody, the economy is not healthy for everybody. And if anyone's telling you the economy is booming for everybody, they're lying. The economy is healthy for certain parts and sectors and pockets of the economy. Or as they say, the rich get richer, the poor stay poor, the middle class got wiped out. You guys know all this stuff. I don't need to give you a lecture on this. If we see these rate cuts and the Dow Jones and the S&P rally another 5 to 10% from now to the end of the year, if this happens, and we do see Bitcoin push above the 120s to 130s or anything, and we see Ethereum, somebody told me Ethereum is, are we getting into all-time high? I thought Ethereum's all-time high was like 43 or 4,400. Are we breaking that? What's Ethereum at? Somebody comment below. But the point of this is, if we get rate cuts, which I think we will, and we don't have a macro issue, something goofy happens, or financial collapse, or another war, or something goofy, which anything can happen in this world. If we do continue to have the current conditions that we have, I expect Magic, Pokemon, One Piece, Flesh and Blood, Weiss, Morcana, Sorcery, all the new card games, the Gundam, everything, and of course Riftbound coming later this year. I expect all these things to continue to do very well. And the money machine is going to just print money like crazy. And if rates fall, all that money sitting in cash is going to get less and less attractive. If I have $1 million even sitting in cash, and I'm getting 4 to 5% risk-free rate doing nothing, that's great. If I have $1 million in cash, and suddenly that drops to 2 or 3%, that's not really that attractive anymore. And evil investors are going to say, well, I don't really want $1 million sitting at 2.9% interest. Even though normal people are going to go, wait a minute, $1 million at even 3% is $30,000 a year. That's like $2,500 a month in interest for doing nothing. So yes, but understand, you can move that money, put it to work in collectibles. Real estate's going to start to not be bearish. Real estate has the ability to start coming back and having growth again if we have lower rates because of mortgages and lending and cost of everything. I do expect the collectible market in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the crypto market and the collectible market, I expect to lead the way as long as the equity market, as long as tech and the S&P, which I guess, what is tech and Nvidia, and what is tech, like a third or 40% of the S&P now? Yeah, that's not fucking disturbing. You know, if the overall markets keep going up, Bitcoin in the stock market is going to push collectibles higher. And if that keeps running, we are going to continue to see Magic, Pokemon, all these games are going to move in line. So it's going to make you feel smarter than what you are. It's going to make you all think, wow, Rudy made all that money and he predicted Sword and shit. No, this is just what I've been doing for 20 years. And I just share with you the results. And some of you guys think it's crazy, it's evil, it's good, it's bad, it's impressive. Your response is up to you. I'm just telling you what's going on. I tell you what I think is going to happen. And I believe the ingredients are definitely in place for us to continue to go a lot higher, and unless we get a really economic pullback of some sort. Everybody thought the tariff thing around April was going to be the big collapse and everything was going to go into the next 2008 recession, and a lot of people panicked and sold, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. Well, obviously, if you had bought the dip or acted like crazy Rudy yelling at you guys, this is the time to be greedy, and I was throwing tables and chairs. And most of you all out there were laughing at me and said, wow, this guy's an idiot. How much did he lose? Is he on margin? Is he in debt? And it shows how many new people are in this industry who have no idea what they're doing on this channel. So, conclusion, everybody. The Magic Playbox thing does not look good. The Pokemon going into the new block is going to be expensive. Does not look like anything's changing. This is all the first edition gold signature boob Nikki Girls we're going to get. It's out there. This is the time to do it. I don't care if you buy from me as a patron tomorrow. I don't care if you buy in the open market, but please be careful because people are scumbags and people will map cases and sell you cheap boxes because you have no chance of getting a hit. So if you are going to buy from sellers online, make sure you trust the seller. So again, opportunity, commander decks of different sets, opportunity, play boxes, very scary. Use extreme caution. Even when they come back in stock, not everyone's going to have cheap Rudy patron prices on play boxes. When you're buying online, use extreme caution. Collector boxes in Magic, I don't have any for sale right now. Please don't ask. But those are the type of boxes be greedy on. Buy from other stores. Go after it. Because collector boxes have no more coming. I'm sorry, but Final Fantasy at $1,500, $1,600 a box is still an opportunity for some idiots who still refuse to buy it because it's overpriced. It's going to go over $2,000. Same thing. Duskmourn, Ixalan, Eldraines, Fallouts, Doctor Who's, Lord of the Rings, Ravnica Remastered, Karlov, Thunder Junction, Unfinities, AFR, Strixhavens, Call Times, Zendikars. All of these things have opportunity, folks. And the market is in a repricing era, and it will last a while. So keep that in mind. I think we're calmed down. That's it. I think that's it, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Try out PCG. I'm giving away sealed product of like out-of-print stuff. Like, if you're ever going to try grading 30 cards, our cost is nowhere near as much as PSA. Oh, PSA, would you get a 10? Ooh, that's worth a lot more now. You got to pay extra. Bro, dude, darts, dude. Like, try us out. 30 cards. If you want regular collector slabs, thin slabs, player slabs, and you can use the Pokemon code below, and you get free sealed SVO4. You can use the Magic code, you get free fucking Final Fantasy play. Like, I don't, like, let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll have a beautiful day. I hope these videos help you learn and think for yourself. I think that's it. Are we done? Ooh, Taco Tuesday.